The Wizards looking eager to get on the court and get to work on their home floor. This was earlier today as they came through the tunnel. The majestic Supreme Court building in Washington, D.C. Welcome from our nation's capital. Welcome and thank you for spending this holiday season with 2K Sports as we get ready for the special NBA presentation. This is Brian Anderson with Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill, and giving us the rundown from the sidelines, reporter Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Thanks, Brian. Well, current financial challenges have Commissioner Silver and the league office dusting off proposals for expansion. Silver said at some point, it's manifest destiny that the league will eventually expand. The last time that happened was 1988 with the Bobcats. Guys, Seattle fans hopeful things move along.
Boy, Allie, wouldn't that be something? And here's what the Washington Wizards schedule looks like. On Wednesday, they head out on the road to face the Cavaliers in Cleveland. And then on Sunday, they'll go up against Klay Thompson and the Golden State Warriors.
And for that game against Miami, it's the second game of a back-to-back, so you know there'll be some heavy legs out there. Playing that much basketball in that short amount of time really takes its toll on your body.
Now the starting group for the visitors. They've got Jonathan Isaac, Green out there with Johnson, and it's Garuba in at the center. And for Washington, Thomas Bryant out there with Kyle Kuzma. Then there's Dosunmu, then it's Deni Avdija, and it's Lillard in at the point. And Grant, as you watch the league since you retired, what do you think is the biggest change?
Well, you started to see the three-point boom change towards the end of my career. And, of course, also how centers are used is probably the biggest change of them all.
And so off the tip, it's Washington.
All right, so just a couple things. Got Rookie of the Month twice. There's a glitch to where it starts a month early, so it looks like it's a month behind, but really, those are the 2 months that have happened. Really, it's 3, but it's like 2.5. Secondly, the Wizards have a really tough schedule up ahead. All above 500, all sort of all sort of elite teams that are trying to go deep in the playoffs. So that kind of sucks.
Now to take a look at some numbers for him.
And his free throw shooting has really
hey yo, Dosunmu has been going nuts.
This part of his game,
not really. He's starting to level out. He's starting to plateau. At first, when he got on the Wizards, he was dropping like 30 points. But, he's starting to plateau to like 16, 17, which isn't bad. It's not bad. Might be in the running for most improved. We'll see about that. This is our first game with Jonathan Isaac, fam. The trade happened. We have Jonathan Isaac already doing work, playing on Damian Lillard. As you can see right there, he does the pick and roll so he can switch his defender. Ooh-wee, I know you can't get with this. Let's go. My man is struggling. He is 1 for 7 because Jonathan Isaac switches on to the center. The center switches on to Damian Lillard, and he just doesn't really, come on, man, you reach, I teach. He just doesn't really have any leverage on our defense. You know what I'm saying? Our lineup is completely different. You know, we got Sengun and whoever plays center at the time. Could be Jordan. You never really know. But we're putting Isaac at the 3, fam. And just making him a defensive stopper on whoever. And that's going to be our game plan. As much as I don't want to be the same, good floater. It's kind of similar to the game plan of the Churchman Truckers. You know, we got our 2 big men now. We can do pick and rolls. Our tempo is now our average. It's not a shoot at will. You know, we got rid of our attack the basket.
Distance. Green's got 8 here in this quarter.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on them.
And so it's Houston leading by 17 at the end of the period. They put in work down low, getting in close and scoring in bunches. We'll be back in a moment.
It's the Show. Hey again, everybody. So far, a pretty lopsided game, but still 1 half to play. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Taking a look at the Rockets, Kenny, what's your viewpoint?
They're getting everything they could ask for at the perimeter. Finding open shots, making the defense look foolish, honestly. You don't like to say that, but that's what they're doing. But that defense has to adapt. The threes will just keep coming down if they don't.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on Washington?
They've been struggling to get shots in general, but down low, they've been paper soft. Hate to say it. Giving up way too many easy looks. If they can't protect the rim more effectively in the second half, it's going to be a long ride.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
I love the Julius Randle trade to the Nets. We'll see how that goes. But at the same time, you know, 15, 5, and 5. The lanes, the court pretty much itself is opened up for me. I'm out there doing whatever I want as far as rebounding, shooting, passing. You know, defense is a lot more easier for me. I don't have to guard Dame Lillard because we don't have any defensive stoppers. My man just missed a dunk, you know what I'm saying? I can do stuff like that and not feel obligated to actually have to do that. I could just do it just out of the fun of me doing it.
Here's Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in. Green with the ball for three. Lillard pulls down the board.
Hey, Jalen Green kind of started his career with a big moment, being the first player to join the Ignite team in the G League, where he got a taste of the NBA style of play.
And it's hammered home by Green.
Great teamwork on that drive.
Yeah, man, I'm pretty much out here just doing whatever I want to. And it's not only just me. Jalen Green, in this league right here, is having somewhat of a sophomore slump. Not going as good as the rookie season. But at the same time, I can tell that things might switch up. This might be the change that Jalen Green needed. He's playing more loose, playing really well, he's shooting, just scored.
And then the monster dunk.
He's got a good number of my assists.
Boy, picture perfect
He's playing
teamwork
really
that
well,
time,
man.
guys.
Like, I mean, he's played well
sacrificing for
before. I'm
the
not
other.
saying that
That's how you
he's
succeed
been
in this
terrible
league.
every game, but he's been really inconsistent this season.
No good.
And just seeing Jonathan Isaac just take care of Dame Lillard like that. Hey, man, I had to take over, so fuck.
Now we present our New Balance Player of the Game.
You know what's interesting? It seems like he's hitting everything he's putting up there. I mean, he's caught fire and just has continued on with the attack. I mean, his ability to pick the D apart, wow. So impressive, so incredible.
They were not playing.
So many good things to come, I can tell, man. Great trade.
The visiting club takes the win on the road. Boy, this crowd has to be shocked by the way their team was dismantled.
Now, shocked and surprised. It doesn't matter what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to just waltz in and cruise to the type of victory like we saw tonight.
And that about wraps it up. For Grant Hill, Clark Kellogg, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson, thanking you for watching. We'll see you later.
I can truly say this is what we needed. Nobody over 20 points on the Wizards. 22, 10, and 10. Sengun. First time ever he is the leading scorer, fam. Like, this is crazy. Gary Payton, the second. Broken right finger, 4 to 6 weeks. Sorry, fam.
Of our national anthem. Really getting warmed up here, just moments away. We'll be back right after this. Best wishes for a happy holiday season from all of us at 2K Sports as we get set for this NBA presentation. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. And from the sideline, David Aldridge. And here's what the Rockets' schedule looks like. On Friday, they'll defend home court against the Orlando Magic. And then on Saturday, they'll host the Oklahoma City Thunder.
And looking at the Philadelphia matchup, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Thank you, Kevin. Paul George has shown over the years that he remains one of the most versatile stars in the league. He said, "I pride myself on being effective on both ends. I try to do it all, play the right way, and just get lost in the game. I'll do everything I can to win." And guys, there's still not much he can't do with his combination of size and athleticism.
David, he clearly is a special talent, and his resume shows it. Thank you. And this is the time of year when teams can start to lose, Brent, their focus just a little bit. How tough you think it is to stay motivated at this stage of the long season?
Well, depending on where you are in the standings, that motivation should kick in about the competitiveness to play in the postseason. But this is a reflection of the character of your team. And I think a lot of front offices and coaching staffs are really tuned into how are guys approaching this part of the year. Are they still attacking? Are they still relying on what we've taught in the training camp? And
all right, so a couple things. I see the Wizards have to play the Heat. We have to play the Heat next week too. I think I'd rather prefer the regular hair Jimmy over 30-inch Jimmy. I don't know. I'm just kind of glad the update is for the new 2K. And I don't see Weave on the court. I mean, I don't know. That's just me. I had some more announcements too. Damn. That just kind of threw me off. The hair threw me off, and he's not even playing.
2 points with his first shot this game.
Did you see that pick, though? Pick of the year right there. But our trade was successful, man. I think I'm playing loose all over again. I had 6 turnovers last game, but this game feels just as loose as the last game. Doing the same things for the most part. Everyone is playing pretty much within the same quality as what they played last game, for the most part. It feels like this team finally found an identity. We kind of were looking for one for the whole year, and now we got it. Also, another thing, Kawhi is playing this year, and this is an NBA start today from, I think, March. So Kawhi is actually injured in this game. Oh my God, longer than real life. Crazy.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Rockets lead by 7. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment.
They pounded the ball inside in the first half, forcing the D to collapse, and that frees up the shooters going forward.
They also haven't been afraid of taking the ball to the rack. Lots of opportunities.
Yeah, things like this, they come in handy. Last time, I don't know about last time, but I think one of the times we played the Clippers, it was a really close game. I think a couple times we played the Clippers, it was just close games, and us just trying to play hard. But at this point, now we got Isaac and the whole rest of the crew with DeAndre. There's no touching us when it comes to the Clippers, at least right now. No Kawhi, no touching us.
Juan Hernan-Gomez, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Still a ways to go between now and the three-point contest, but it's always fun to talk about it. Let's see who has the best shot to earn a spot in this year's event.
And maybe this list changes between now and All-Star Weekend, but I don't think anybody would be disappointed if it stays exactly the same as it is right now.
And you look at Johnson, he's all the way up there at number 2 in the voting for the three-point contest. Fans. Isaac left side. Got it off in time and beat the shot clock, but it's no good. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Houston on top, just dominating this one. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Coach Teron Lue. Teron, what problems are you seeing out there?
Just we have to make shots. We just got to relax. We just got to keep playing.
Thanks for your time, Teron. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David.
Taking a look at the Rockets, Kenny, how'd you see it?
They played smart, they took their time and limited mistakes. When you value each possession, you eventually will get the shot you want. But when you lose the ball, you have no control over the destiny.
And over to Shaq. Now your take on the Clippers.
And they were gutting a little too much from downtown. They can't afford to become dependent on that shot. They got to compete the consistent way. I like to see them mix it up more in the second half.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. We're seeing a tremendous game here from the Cobra.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
15, 6, and 6. Man, I'm telling you, man, it's more like more of the same from last game. Jonathan Isaac has opened the floor to the point to where I could be averaging a triple-double, man. I mean, the potential is limitless, basically. Like, we can put Isaac on whoever, probably Jason Tatum, and really get revenge on the Celtics how we want. Get revenge on the Nets.
So for the Clippers,
get revenge on a lot of people, man.
They'll match up against the Pelicans.
We're a brand new team.
Their brief 2-game road trip.
Like, and there's really nothing
5 to shoot.
These teams can do with us
The Clippers need
when
to get
we're
off
on
a shot.
defense. Because we're just so switchable.
Houston leading by
From the 3 to the 5. Of course, I'm going to do what I do.
From outside off the mark. For Los Angeles,
make some type of impact.
To fall
so yeah,
far here in the fourth. Pretty nice
the defense has upped times a billion on our team, which has affected the offense. And Jalen Green has stepped up, looking like a partner in crime like the beginning of the season.
PG showing that's a signature dunk from him.
This is just the first 2 games, man. The first 2 games of having Jonathan Isaac. This shit is beautiful, bro. Like, it's not even so much of Jonathan Isaac scoring or him getting like 10 rebounds or whatever assists. He's not going to get like 10 assists. It's just more so of giving Jalen Green more confidence. Because as you can see, I passed it to Jalen. He hit the mid-range. He does that, but it's just like we're doing more often. And that's all I really want is for us to be doing more. And we're doing a whole lot more. You know, shout out to THT, but we had to get rid of him too. So we look good, man.
Fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense, potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. DeAndre, you guys were down early, but you came back. At what point did you take over the game?
I think we still came out a little flat at the beginning of the game, but, you know, we got ourselves together, gathered ourselves, and we know that, you know, in order to win games and championships, we have to come out and get stops. So that's what we did.
And that turned things around, DeAndre. Thank you. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brett Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
We got 2 more games this week, so bear with us. 27 points, 20 points. Paul George, Terry Rozier, 25, 10, and 11 with 1 turnover. Not 6, 1. Getting better and better. Fucking love it. Jalen Green, 18 points. Tyus Jones, lower right leg stress fracture, 4 to 6 months, excuse me. Adrian Griffin Jr., first time in the G League, 25, 7 and 5. That means he's doing great. I think he needs to be in the G League a lot more. Just got my 96 back from being injured. Let's fucking go.
Happy Friday night, everyone. Time to kick off the weekend with the NBA on 2K Sports. With Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke, this is Brian Anderson. Joining us from the sidelines, Allie LaForce. A look at how All-Star voting is going thus far.
And so much fun to see the tallies start to come in. See how things start to look.
You look at Johnson. The fans certainly took notice of his play this year. He has the lead in the Western Conference voting.
And you know, thinking back on all he's accomplished this season, that's right where I expected him to be.
We'll be sure to update you as we continue to get results. Before we get started, we've got just enough time to head over to the sideline. Allie?
Hey, Brian, you could say the alley-oop is perhaps the game's most exciting play. Ricky Rubio said that 80% of the credit should go to the finisher. LeBron James said, quote, the worst passes often lead to the best finishes. And Lonzo Ball said, when you have someone you trust to catch it, you can pretty much throw it wherever.
Well, yeah, he's had some good ones, Allie. Thanks. And both of these teams accustomed to winning the battle of the boards. Grant, when you think of ferocious rebounders from your era, who comes to mind?
Oh, wow. I think of Dennis Rodman, Kevin Garnett, Dwight Howard, 3 of the best all-time rebounders.
I'll look at Orlando's opening lineup. We've got Suggs. He's out there with Anthony. Wagner is out there with Wendell Carter. And for the Rockets, they've got DeAndre Jordan. Johnson is out there with Green. Then there's Jonathan Isaac, and it's Şengün in at the 4. And it's going to be the Magic off the tip.
It's the beginning of January, and the Magic still don't have 10 wins. So they're obviously pretty sucky, but this is more so an important game for the guy with the ball right there, Jonathan Isaac. He just came from the Orlando Magic less than 2 weeks ago. Damn near like a week ago.
I like that. I mean, some physical play inside. He's not about to give up any easy baskets.
Shooting for Orlando.
First one falls for him. Hampton's checked in for Orlando. So it's both teams.
And there he is, the rookie, Paolo Banchero. I gotta update his hair. But,
Credit the defense right
yeah,
there.
man.
They have not allowed
Chance to see the rookie up close. See what the Magic chose first.
The finish and
since I had the Start Today League starting in, oh my God, let's go, man. Starting in March. The Orlando Magic ended up getting the #1 pick anyway. But people thinking Chet Holmgren was going to be #1, but really it was Paolo Banchero. So I actually ended up calling that one. But now we get to see what the #2 rookie is like. Because you're not going to beat me. Also, I feel like my defensive stats are putting me ahead of Luka in the All-Star guard race, which I'm not complaining about. But our stats are almost similar. Let's go. Especially now that I'm kind of rounding my shit out a little bit more. Now that I got some room on the court. I don't know why that is, but I just have more room on the court. I'm just doing more things, more rebounding, more everything.
Looking to get it going. And you can
Jalen Green. He's been stepping up, fam. And we've been stepping up. Look at this.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but you can see us, but you get it. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. Well, for Houston, Kenny, what was your impression?
Well, it comes down to confidence. From the opening tip, These guys had that swag. They had the attitude that you can't beat us, we can only beat ourselves.
Check. What'd you think about Orlando?
And they were gunning a little too much from downtown. They can't afford to become dependent on that shot. They gotta compete consistently. I like to see them mix it up more in the second half.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, letting you...
Okay, so I got the points part right, but I didn't necessarily get the rebound and assist part. But do I really need to? Like, it's 77-50. We're up by a lot of points. And looks like we're going to win this one again by a wide margin. Who knew all we needed was the Orlando Magic bench player who got like 18 minutes a game for us to be like this.
Came against a team that may have felt it had already won, and you get the sense it let its guard down.
Out to the wing. And he lobs it up to the rim. Oh, what a nice defensive play to disrupt the lob. Here's Asmus. Oh, and Johnson with a block. And so it looks like it'll be. And so they get the victory here at home. They didn't have too many problems tonight.
Nobody over 20. Again, look at our defense, fam. 27, 2-6, 3 turnovers. Not bad, but, you know, we're just doing our thing. What I found peculiar was this matchup right here. Jayshon versus Jonathan. Whoa. Trippy, isn't it? Josh Giddey, broken left toe, out for 1 and 2.
Your home team.
It's the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. DA, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Russell Westbrook has passed the great Oscar Robertson for first overall in career triple-doubles. Westbrook says, "I just do what you need to do in order to win. My job is to do everything. That's what I do night in and night out, and nobody else does it the same. Simple as that. Kevin, nobody calls a game like you."
David, you are too nice. Thank you so much. And Westbrook, he is incredible. Thank you, David. And let's now take a look at some of the numbers for him.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
Now the opening lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Gilgeous-Alexander and Dort are the guards. King is out there with Christian Wood. And for Houston, we've got DeAndre Jordan. Johnson is out there with Green. Then there's Jonathan Isaac. And it's Şengün in at the 4 slot. When you know you're on a championship contender, how hard is it to maintain focus this time of year?
Some of that depends on the leadership you have in the locker room. Certain guys having an ability to...
I wouldn't necessarily say that's a fair comparison. The last 5 games have just been a whirlwind. Me getting healthy against the Pelicans the last game. Me being ridiculously injured even though I'm recovering against the Bucks. Two triple-doubles in a row to a blowout. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, the season I'm averaging because the season's like 3 months at this point. The last 5 games have been completely different. Well, not even just in my play, but in my circumstances, in my setting, in my environment. Completely different. It's had blowouts this past week, and now we're the ones blowing out other teams. And the Thunder is a good team, but we plan on getting this dub too.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, 1 half to go. We're seeing a tremendous game here from the Cobra.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
This game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
And happy you could...
Okay, last game I had 16-2-2. This time I have 13-1-1. I'm not really sure if that's a good thing or not. Deep down, I feel like it is, because I feel like it's just more trust in my teammates and the ball in my hands a little bit less, which I don't mind, like possessions like that. But even though he breaks and I tip dunk it, it goes towards my points and not necessarily my assists. So, not saying that I'm having a hard time with assists, because I'm really not. It's just I have a lot more trust in my teammates as far as Sengun being at the 4 and Jalen Green just stepping up a little bit more. I feel like we have the defense to do things. I feel like we have the offense to at least sustain and not necessarily have that explosive offense, but it's based off of how good our defense is, and our defense is damn good. Sengun is very underrated at defense also. DeAndre is trying. Not exactly Jared Allen, but
here's Johnson. And slam dunk by Johnson.
Oh boy.
And that's a nice job on the offensive glass there. That'll let them work the clock even more.
Basket good.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
You know they are, sure. I mean, come on, the finish line is in sight. All they have to do is play it smart.
Team foul. That's his first personal foul.
And the first one drops.
He's in the penalty. At the line.
And Muscala drops them both. 9 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Johnson up top over Muscala. And again, the Rockets good for 2.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
That's the dagger. You can tell they wanted that one. I know that seals the deal.
So we see Houston taking the W here. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. DeAndre, what do you think this team's identity is this season?
You know, we just have so many guys that can score. It's going to be somebody's night every night, like I keep saying. But we're also, our half-court offense is getting a lot better.
The ball is moving around, DeAndre. Thanks for your time. Kevin?
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for being with us. We'll see you next time.
I ain't seen a week this good in a minute. No one over 20. Once again, third time this week. 36 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 turnovers. I trust my teammates completely, obviously. Jalen Green's still shooting, but hey, check in next time.